Hey folks, my other phone went out like I warned you. I'm going to do a few country songs for those who like country music.
Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. Pouring home, all was right. How could I count on that you'd ever say goodbye? And now that I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left unchanged. I could have missed the pain, but I had
Oh, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you so much. It looks like I've got some new people that wasn't tuned in a while ago. This is my second video that I'm doing tonight. And I played all blues and rock and stuff and soul music on the other videos. So I want to give a little time for some country music. It won't all be country music, but I want to give a little time to country music because some people like country music. If you haven't subscribed, please do. How you doing from Canada? Thank you so much. Tom, thank you. Tune in. Oh my, thank you.
Suppose I called you up tonight and told you that I love you. And suppose I said I wanna come back home. And suppose I said and I'm tired of spending all my time alone. If I told you that I realize you're all I ever wanted, and it's killing me to be so far away. Would you tell me that you love me too? Would we be together? Or would you
y'all enjoying it. And yes, my favorite music is blues music, and like I said, but I felt real bad a few weeks ago. Somebody kind of said, you know, you're playing all this other music. How about some country music? So I said, we got people that like country. I like country music, but I have a feeling that most of my audience likes blues and rock. But I try to accommodate
He's
everybody.
just a singer.
So I hope you, if you don't like country, I hope you'll still bear with me for a little while and give our crowd that likes country music a little bit of what they like. And then I'm going to hopscotch around. I'll play a little bit of different types of music.
Songs.
This is Alan
It's
Jackson.
not a walk behind you. It's a new note to find you. It's an angel reminder of the blue notes took some things that messed up his thinking. He was sure something
see if I'm still in tune. Okay, Salvatore Costa, how you doing? Stan Gable, and okay, Stan, go ahead and request it. Normally I say that for the last 30 minutes, but go ahead. There's three types I don't play. I don't play punk music, I don't play heavy metal, and I don't play rap that's got vulgarity in it. But if it's in any other category, go ahead. And which song you want? You know, when I was playing that song, part of the lyrics of that song says, "Nights can be cold now." It reminded me that 46 years ago, it was in 1979, I think that was 46 years ago, I wanted to go to California to be with some friends that were there for a while. I just wanted to visit. And I thought I'd be there in a day. I didn't realize it was like 2,000 miles, but I still thought I'd catch rod after rod. I was still young looking. An older man has a lot of trouble getting a rod out there, but a younger guy, he doesn't have too much trouble. Well, nowadays you might, but back then, you know, you didn't have that fear that somebody was going to knock you in the head as much as you do today if you pick up a hitchhiker. But I hitchhiked this 2,000 miles, and when he said nights can be cold, it's amazing when you're going across Texas and through Las Cruces, New Mexico. You will burn up during the daytime. All you'll have your mind on is a soda pop. And there's times you'll go maybe 600-700 miles and you don't even see a store. All it is desert on both sides of I-10, Interstate 10. I took Interstate 10 all the way out there. And different people picked me up along the way. But you would burn up during the day. And at nighttime, even in the desert, at nighttime, it's like it turns winter. You freeze to death at night. And I didn't have no blanket. I left with just the clothes on me and 78 cents in my pocket. I had a pair of Vietnam jungle boots on, a pair of jeans, a blue jean shirt, and it was something going out there and coming back. I mean, the people you run into and the stories that you hear along the way and coming back, it was some kind of experience. Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to take me maybe about a week to get out there. Then I got stuck in Texas, and I turned around and come back. But then a week or so later, I went back and tried it all over again, and this time I made it all the way out there. And but it was something. Yeah, you'd freeze. If had I known it, I would at least took a blanket with me. When I got to visit them up in Lindsay, California, where the orange groves are, on the way back, I stopped in Los Angeles, and I got me a little tent at one of these the Army surplus places. And on the way back, when I'd get tired of hitchhiking, I would just ride offside the interstate. I know that sounds dangerous because people could have just, if God wouldn't have protected me, could have just rolled over me. But I would just pitch the tent right on side the interstate, and I'd get a newspaper and put it down in there. And I'd snuggle up in there, and then the next morning I'd get up and fold the tent up. Then I went from there, and I hitchhiked all the way to New York. And I stayed up in New York for a while on West 34th Street at the YMCA. And I had to stand up there for a month or so, walking Broadway at night and just getting on the subway. And I just wanted to travel. I was young, and yeah, I think I was in my 20s, probably around 25, 26 years old at the time. And I felt like that was a cheap way to do it, was just get out there and hitchhike. But I wouldn't suggest it to anybody now to go that route. But if you ever do want to decide to go out west and stick your thumb out, you're going to freeze at night. Make sure you bring a blanket if nothing else. because at nighttime you will freeze in the desert, that is. Okay, somebody, Stan Gable, can I recommend you? Go ahead, as long as it's not a heavy metal or punk music or rap music that's got vulgarity. If it's any other kind of song other than that, I might try to play it. I'll see. And boy, some of the songs, whenever I take requests, sometimes I feel like people's trying to mess with me and they just want to stump me a little bit. And some songs that they've thrown at me, I do have to practice. And one of them is Pirates of the Caribbean. That's an orchestra type song, and I do like playing it. And by the grace of God only, I can play and follow along with it. But to hit every note for note, I mean, it's going, and then all of a sudden, I mean, it's just up and down, it slows down. It's orchestra type music, and it was a little bit hard, but I do like the theme. I do like the song of that they play in, what's that ship that sunk? What's that famous ship that sunk? I was at West 34th Street where the YMCA and the old Salome building was. And when I was up there in New York on West 34th Street at the YMCA, that's when that blackout took place. And the next day in Times Magazine on the very front page, they showed people walking down the sidewalk with a sofa, one on one end, one on the other. And they had, it's not funny, they had a TV and stereo equipment and all that. All the car lots were emptied out. Drugstores were robbed across the city. See, there was no alarms to go off. All the electricity went off, and Times Magazine called it God's Act because the lightning struck in 6 different places consecutively that shut all the power off to Manhattan. So that was some kind of time to be up there. Oh yeah, the crowd, oh, they went crazy. Talk about steel. And I was like on the 4th or 5th floor of the YMCA, which was in the old Salome building. I don't believe that's even there. I think they tore it down now. But they had a fire hose in a cabinet on each floor. Somebody goes and gets the fire hose, pulls it out and turns it on, and water ran from floor to floor to floor to floor. It's called vandalism. I mean, that's New York City, and it's worse now. Let me put this air conditioner on. Yes, I wanted to travel from one end of the United States to the other at the time. I was young and adventurous, and it was some of the people I ran into. No, I don't have any Frank Sinatra. You're the only one that's ever asked that. Nobody has ever asked me to play a Frank Sinatra song. No one. I don't know of the name of any songs that he even sings. But now that you mentioned it, I'll have to look him up because I know of him. I saw movies with him, and I'll try to gather some songs of his so that next time I come on, I'll be prepared to play some Frank Sinatra. And that should be tomorrow. Later on tomorrow around 7 o'clock, God willing, I hope to come back on. And if you'll request some Frank Sinatra, I hope to get at least 1 or 2 down. So please don't forget, if you'll subscribe to the channel, it'll let you know when I'm back online. But 2 brothers picked me up. They were country boys and they'd been drinking. This is the honest truth. And they were driving along, and I'm in back seat, and them 2 get in a fight. And the one brother told the other one to get out. And then he slides over from behind the wheel. And the other brother said, "That's all right, I'll get you when I get home." And he's left under the bridge, and the other brother said, "Get behind the wheel." And look, they were drunk. I was a kid compared to these guys, and he said, "Get behind the wheel and take off." And he left his brother there underneath that interstate. And I mean, we were hundreds of miles up the road in no time. I felt sorry for his brother. Then a pickup truck guy picked me up. He went a few miles, picked another guy up, went a few miles, picked another up. To make a long story short, they had about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They had about 8 or 9 of us in the back of the pickup truck. And the guy right next to me, he picked us up in San Antonio, Texas. No, a little outside of San Antonio. Dropped us off in San Antonio, Texas. The guy sitting next to me, and our legs were all intermingled in. We were like sardines in the back of that pickup. And he had a couple of hitchhikers he picked up that was in the cab with him. Now, there used to be a lot of hitchhiking back then. And the guy next to me shows me his hands, how they're all cut up. He said, "You see how these hands are cut up?" And he said, "Me and that guy over there, we escaped from prison." He said, "This is from hopping that razor wire fence." And if that wasn't bizarre enough, when we got to San Antonio, the guy dropped us all off. And all that bunch wanted to go in town and party. Well, I didn't know these guys, and I thought, no, I'm going to stay on the road and hitchhike, and I'll get way up the road and get separated from all of them. This is the truth. Days later, I'm hitchhiking, and I'm in San Antonio, Texas still. The sun's beating down, and it's hot as can be, and it's nothing but desert on both sides, and I'm out there hitchhiking, waiting for a car to come, and the guy that was this, I promise you, this is so bizarre. What's the chance that something like this would happen? The guy next to me in the back of that pickup truck that showed me his hands all cut up, here I am hitchhiking, looking back towards San Antonio, and that guy comes behind me out of the desert about 30 feet beyond me, and he's one that went in town with all the rest, so I thought I'd get way ahead of all that bunch. He come wandering out, his lips were all blistered up, he was barefooted. He said some people picked him up, and they took his shoes, and they kicked him out in the desert, and he was dying for water. And this guy was an escapee from prison. While I was trying to hitchhike, he was getting out in the middle of the road trying to stop people. And I said, "Hey man, look, if you try to stop people, they're going to call the law on you, and they're going to pick you up and bring you back to prison." So I'm not trying to sound a trumpet, but I felt sorry for him. I had an extra pair of boots, so I gave him a pair of boots to put on his feet. But he said, "I'm going to wander into town." He could hardly talk. His lips were all blistered. He needed water, and I didn't have no water to give him. I used to get thirsty too, so I learned. If you ever go out west to hitchhike, make sure you bring a blanket to wrap up in at nighttime, because you'll freeze at night, but it'll be 100 or more in the daytime. You burn up in the daytime out west, and you freeze at night. But yeah, that guy who was right next to me in the back of that pickup truck, who was an escapee, he actually made it, but even though he went into town to party with the rest, somebody had picked him up and brought him beyond me and then kicked him out. Look, I've been through some bizarre. If I wanted to spend most of my broadcasts and tell you some of my life stories and things that I've experienced and seen in my life, I dare to believe you'd like to hear that as much as the music. I'm telling you, I've been through some weird situations before in my life. Some weird ones. I mean, if that wasn't something. Yeah, I thought I wouldn't even be bothered with that, because I felt like if I stayed with that crew, they're not going to stop and pick up too many at one time. You got 2 or 3 guys trying to hitchhike, they'll be afraid you'll jump them. So I wanted to separate myself from them. So I thought I had made it way up the road. And here the guy comes like a ghost out of the desert behind me, just trying to stop traffic and everything for water. And there he was, an escapee from prison. Anyway, somebody wanted to suggest a song a while ago. It wasn't Mr. Thomas. It was somebody else, but he didn't come up with a song. He didn't. But anyway, no, I don't know of any Frank Sinatra. But you know what? Oh, somebody said New York, New York. You know what? There is a song about New York. I'm trying to think of is it Billy Joel that sings it about New York? I used to play that song. Let me see. I don't know if you're actually requesting that song or not. You said New York, New York. And boy, it's got some kind of saxophone player in it. I think that's the guy, Billy Joel. Billy Joel, New York.
Billy Joel, New York.
This is it, New York State of Mind. He starts off talking a little trash. Let me see if I can fast forward till he gets to the music. Surely y'all remember this song, New York State of Mind by Billy Joel. Now it's been a couple years since I played it. I don't know if I can, how I'm going to be able to do with it. listen to this sax. That's what attracted me to this song. I'm going to let the sax play. Listen to him. Now watch Billy Joel. That's some of the baddest sax you'll ever hear in your life right there. That You know what? It's been at least 2 years since I played that song. Man, boy, I used to play that song and I'd stop just to listen to that sax. Boy, that guy could play. Talk about a saxophone player, he could. Okay, oh, my friend, I always try to be careful to give God all the thanks for any talent that He's blessed me with. And God has showed me a few times in my life that if it wasn't for His blessing, I wouldn't be able to play guitar like I play. So I just always want to make sure I give Him the praise for it, because there's been a couple times that while playing, all of a sudden, it's like that musical trance that I fall into while I'm playing. That's one reason why I close my eyes when I play. As soon as I close, the only time I usually open them is just to change to the next song. When I close my eyes, it's like the whole world disappears. And it's like I'm just on autopilot. That's the only way I know how to put it. And I think that's just a gift that God has blessed me with. Because there's been a couple times that all of a sudden that musical trance left me for a moment. And when it did, it's like I looked at the guitar like, what am I even doing with a guitar? It's like I went so blank I didn't even know what to do. And boy, I hope to never experience that again. Because I enjoy playing music so much. But I do believe that music is a gift from God. I always just want to give Him thanks. So when people say, oh man, you can really play good and all that, I just really want to be careful to make sure God gets all the praise for it. I'm so thankful because in my old age, I wanted something to be able to do. And music and artwork are the two things I usually give myself to, other than reading and studying. So I really enjoy music a lot. But I always just want to be real careful to give God the praise for it. And if you ever have a doubt that God doesn't have anything to do, if you ever think that God has nothing to do with musical talent, I always tell people that after I finish, make sure you stay on YouTube and you go look up Leslie Lemke, Lemke. It also goes under the name of May's Miracle, M-A-Y-S, Miracle. She adopted a boy when he was a child. His eyes were taken out of his head at birth. His real parents didn't want him. So he couldn't see, he couldn't talk, he couldn't feed himself. She tells the whole story, and she's been on television show after television show with this kid. And when she said that she would feed him, she would have to push the food down his throat. He didn't know how to walk. He didn't know how to feed himself. She had to teach him everything. She had to get a harness him to her body, and get out in the water. And she built a fence that kind of went out into the water, and she taught him how to hold on to the fence because he was completely blind. One day, when he was 9 years old, they bought a piano for $100, and they had played some orchestra music. Now, this is a kid, he can't talk, couldn't walk or anything, but somehow, while they were sleeping, he made it to the piano. She took a picture of it, and it looks like he's lit up. It looks like he's got a white glow about him. You can actually watch what I'm telling you on YouTube. His name is Leslie Lemke, and even a neurologist for years traveled with him, watching him perform at all these different places. And around 2 or 3 in the morning, she woke up and she said, "Did we leave the stereo on?" They said no, and they went in there, and she went and got all the neighbors, took a picture of him, and he's playing all that orchestra music, but he still couldn't talk, still couldn't walk, couldn't feed himself by himself, but he's up there playing this orchestra music that they played during the day. In the medical profession, they tried to put a spin on it, and they try to say that these people are born savants, S-A-V-A-N-T. And some people later in life that hit their head on something, and all of a sudden they know how to do math when they hated math all their life, but they could do all kinds of math problems. They call that acquired savantism. And so mankind's always going to put a name to anything he sees, because he don't want to just say that God did this. But when you see this kid and anything that he hears, he can play it. Never been to musical school. If you even talk to him about a scale or what a note looks like, he can't see. He don't know none of that. But anything he hears, he can just play it. And so when I saw that story years ago, God used that story to give me faith to believe that if music was a talent that it was God's will to bless me with. I was blessed to play in churches and stuff, church music and stuff, but actually, I'm so reluctant to tell this story. I'm so reluctant. But anyway, I'm so reluctant to tell this because people think you're crazy when you tell them stuff like this, but I'm blessed to play stuff now. When I was a teenage boy, I would have loved to have been able to play, such as Hotel California and Stairway to Heaven and stuff. But I felt like that was far beyond me. But when I saw this thing about Leslie Lemke, the story of him, I started praying, God, if this is your will, please bless me to be able to play guitar for glory to your name. And I thought if I play any secular or music, I just want to make sure it doesn't have curse words in it. Like a lot of rap has curse words in it and stuff. And so I try to stay away from all that. I try to make sure the music I play has clean lyrics in it, and I do play gospel music too. I've got hours devoted just to gospel music on one of my videos, if you check out my videos. So when people ask me about gospel music, I tell them I do have hours in a video of gospel music if they want to check it out. But a couple years ago, after praying daily about God blessing me to play guitar, I had a dream one night, And this is the honest truth. In this dream, I seen a figure come down from heaven, and I could tell he was no earthly being. And he had what looked like it wasn't the type of guitar we play. It had a great big bubble on the back of it, and it looked like it had about 50 strings on it. And this being was looking at me, and just a playing. And I was amazed at it. And then all of a sudden I woke up. And after that, I got to noticing that when I played, if I closed my eyes and didn't look at what I was playing, it just seemed to start coming more easier for me. And I noticed after that, God had blessed me to whether it was country music or blues or just about anything, if I'd listened to it and just closed my eyes, it's as if I'm so reluctant to say this, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. I close my eyes because the only time I open it is just usually to talk to you all or to look at the music on the phone, but I actually go into a musical trance, like. And this is one reason why I like to play so much, because when I'm playing, as soon as I close my eyes, it's like I'm not even in this world anymore. I'm not even in this world. And it's like I've just been transformed into another world. And then it's like I almost hate to open up my eyes again and see I'm still here. But I never expect anybody to believe that. But that's why I tell them, if you would go watch that story of Leslie Lemke, it also goes under the name of May's Miracle. There's a number of videos out on him because they show him from a child to when he grew up, traveling all over the world playing. Now get this. He was able to sing, and his voice sounded like Louis Armstrong. You remember Louis Armstrong with the cornet? He'd sing that song, Hello, Dolly. That's what his voice sounded like singing. And do you know he was not able to talk or speak a sentence to anybody till 9 years later, but he was able to sing songs. He could sing songs, but he could not talk till about 9 years later. I know that sounds so bizarre. So when I saw that, I thought, oh yeah. And then I've met people in my life. I met people in my life that if you was to mention something like the pentatonic scale, to them, they would look at you like you lost your mind, but yet they could play anything. It's like they didn't need to know nothing about scales. They didn't need to know how to read music or any of that. Just like some people are blessed with a voice to sing. Some people are blessed with an instrument, whether it be a trumpet or a guitar. They don't have to take no musical lessons. It just comes natural to them. I've met people that can just play a piano so immaculately, but they didn't ever go take no lessons. And so I do believe music is a gift from God, and so I just give him all the praise for any kind of talent he's blessed me with. So anyway, for what it's worth, I kind of feel bad after telling you that now, because I know that there's going to be people up there that don't believe that. They're going to say, no, you're just too flipped out on whatever. But that's why I beg you, every time I tell that story, which is only been, well, that's the first time I've ever told that story about the dream. I've never told that before till just now. But I have told people before. It's like when I close my eyes, I go into a trance. And it's like I'm on autopilot, and I just give God all praise. But if you go look at that story of Leslie Lemke, Lemke, Leslie Lemke, oh, you'll see that not only what I've told you, it goes far beyond that, and there's no other way you can put a spin on it. If people don't believe in God, when you see what this kid can do, I mean, had his eyes taken out at birth and could sing but couldn't talk until 9 years later. It's unlike anything you've ever seen. He's been on TV. I don't think he's alive still. Miss May died, and her daughter took him over. But yeah, I believe it's a. I just thank God that He's blessed me to be able to play. But someone wanted me to play "Smoke on the Water." I have played that before, but uh, I have played "Smoke on the Water" before, but it's just not my really type of music I really like to play. Um, and I'll tell you why. I've played it before. I think more than once. But the reason why I don't feel like I could do it justice, some people ask me to play music that to sound right for that song, uh, I need my pedals, and I do have a loop station and all that that's got these sound effects, and but I plug straight into my amp when I come on to play, and I'd have to go get another card, which I don't even know where one's at right now that will work. I had to cut one up a while back and use it as a ground card to take that buzz out. In fact, I do have a video on YouTube of how to get the buzz out of your guitar and amp, how to take a guitar card, strip both ends off, and I'll show you in the video. It's one of the short videos, but you'll see it in my list of videos if you look at them. But I'd have to go get another card, and for a song like that, to do it justice and make it sound right with the sound effects and the delay and all that. And a lot of rock music, that's what it requires. It requires delay and some distortion and stuff to really rock out with it. So that's why I kind of shy away from it right now. I do have all those bells and whistles that I could plug into, but another thing, I've had the police called on me at least 5 times, and the last time, if I add all that, it's going to jump the sound up, even though I'm only playing like a little bit after 1 right now. When I played in the other part of the place here, I used to have to crank it up to 6 to make the sound recording. So I've moved in the smallest room here so I could play real low to keep the neighbors from complaining. So anyway, but once you add the delay and all that, it boosts your, even at 1 or so, it'll boost the sound up, and I'm just afraid that the neighbors will hear it. It'll carry the sound, and but I definitely have played that very song for people, and I played it without the distortion and the delay and all that, and it's not satisfying even to me, even though I was blessed to get in the key, carry a lead to it and all that. It just sounds too bland compared to what that song really requires, to really do it justice and sound good. So that's why I try to stay with music that, you see, with blues music, I don't need all the distortion and the delay and all that, so I just try to stay with music that I don't have to hook all that up right now. But if I ever move from here, and I've determined, if it's God's will, and if I ever move from here, I want to go way, way out in the country where I don't have any neighbors whatsoever. And that way I could crank it up loud, and if I want to add my distortion pedal and all that, and rock out a little bit, I don't think it's wrong for me to play secular world music as long as it's got clean lyrics in it. I've had someone a while back pull a little trick on me. Some of these songs I could check the lyrics out before I play it, but some of them don't let you do that. They won't give you the lyrics ahead of time. And I was playing a song, and I did like the beat, I liked the sound up and everything, and all of a sudden towards the end they come out with cursing and stuff, and I had to stop it right there. I know there's going to be young kids listening in too, and I don't want to play anything that I'm afraid that if I play music that I like the beat of a lot of rap songs I hear, but I'm afraid if I play stuff like that, that God will take musical talent from me. Now that might sound a little crazy to you, but if you've ever been through divine chastisement before, and when you realize that God sees and knows everything, I think when God blesses you with a gift, He wants you to use it rightly. And so that's why I try not to, play music with, I slept with 3 women last night, and don't, I'm lying here with Linda on my mind. There's country vulgar songs too, and don't come home drinking with loving on your mind and stuff like that. I mean, so you got to really watch. Some people don't have those convictions, and they can play just anything without any conscience about it. But I'm afraid to do that. Like I said, the secular world music I do play, I try to make sure it's got clean lyrics in it, and it's something we can all enjoy. But I see some do understand, and but I have played Smoke on the Water a few times, and I don't think it had any dirty lyrics in it, but I just felt so like I cheated the listeners. I didn't think I could do it justice, because some of this music that they would like to hear, to make it sound good, I'd have to go get my pedal board and stuff in the next room, and I don't even know where I have another cord like this, because you got to plug in it first, and you got to take it, plug into the amp, and it's going to boost the sound up. And after they promised me a ticket last time, I went online, and in this town, if they give you a ticket, it could be up to $1,000, and I can't afford that. So I chose the smallest room where I could turn down everything, and even though it sounds loud to us, I tested it out. I can close that door and go in the kitchen, out on the porch, and you could barely hear anything. So I wanted to make sure, because I didn't want to invite the police here. I didn't want them to think that I was disrespecting them. But I really didn't think I was. But they told me that they could hear me out by the street the last time, they came here. And I just don't want to invite that again. But later on, if it's God's will and I'm able to move from here, I will seek a place way out in the country, to where I don't have no neighbors, can't see anybody. That way I can go in the field and in the barn or something, and play, and without running the risk of people calling the law and stuff. So anyway, let me go ahead and start playing some music for you. Some of this is kind of old, from the 70s, like with the Eagles. One of These Nights. No, this is Hotel California. Now, this is one song when I was a teenage boy. Oh, I would have given anything to be able to play this when I was a teenage boy.
I love you too, baby. Yeah.
Lynn, thank you so much. I'm glad you do understand. I'm glad somebody
Here's a song that was on one of these notes, right?
Oh, this is an old song. I was a teenage boy when this came out.
city girls just seem to find out early.
How you doing? Simona.
Open doors with just a smile. And it's your way, she won't have to worry. She looks like a rolling star. man Wrigley lived in that White House.
I've got a blues song after this one.
Down the street where I grew up, Mama used to send me over with things. Struck a friendship love. It's been a few long summers out on his road train. He was in the Navy. Lost his wife, lost his baby. Broke down and asked him what time. How you keep them going crazy? So I see my wife and son just I asked him what he meant. He looked at me and smiled, said I raised my hands, bow my head, finding more and more truth. The words written in red. Tell me that there's more to life, just what I can see. A few years later, I was all become talking to Mom on the phone one night, all caught up on the gossip. Ins and outs of the small town life. She said, oh, by the way, son, later on that night, I lay there thinking thought about a couple long lost summers. I didn't know whether to cry or laugh. If there was ever anybody who served a ticket to the other side, it'd be that sweet old man who looked me in the eye, said I raised my hands, bowed my head, finding more truth. The words written in red. They tell me that there's more to life than just what I can see. I can't quote the book, the chapter or the verse. You can't tell me it all ends in a slow ride on a hearse. You know I'm more and more convinced the longer that I live. Yeah, this can't be, no, this can't be, no, this can't be all there is. So I raise my hands,
This one's a funny one. Someone's wanting me to play Sympathy for the Devil. I think I've heard that, and I think it's a comical song. I'll check it out in a moment and see if I can play it. This is Tough to Grow Old. Gotta be tough to grow old. That's the title of this.
I buried my hero
Vero, thank you for tuning in. Roger. Alvin Jr. said hi. Let's see here. Oh no, I'm not going to be able to play Sympathy for the Devil. I'm sorry. I see Rolling Stones sings it. No, anything that's got the word devil in it, I'll probably shy away from that. It's probably a little bit of a comical song, but no, and with the Rolling Stones, I don't trust the lyrics in that one. I'm going to have to shy away from that one. You know, I'm trying to think. Oh, Lenny Williams. I haven't played Lenny Williams' song in a while. You know, when I used to play out in New Orleans, and even in a town not far from where I'm at, whenever I would play this one song by Lenny Williams, I always had people giving me money after playing this song because they liked it so much. It's called "'Cause I Love You." Of course, when I played now out there on the street, I used to have this little thing that I would strap to my basket, where if anybody wanted to give money, they could. I was still going to play anywhere, whether they gave money or not. And all this is free. I don't charge any of you for any of this. The only reason why I list the Cash App address, the only reason is because just a few people have asked me from time to time how could they give me money. And as of right now, I have never received any money. Never. Nobody has ever sent me money on Cash App for playing, because I always list it's free entertainment. I don't charge for this. Don't charge at all. The only reason why I lifted that is just I only listed it because a few people have sent me messages and they wanted to send something. Just that's the only reason. But all this is free. You don't need to feel obligated to give anything. See, I'm going to play it anyway, whether I've got an audience or not, because it's therapeutic to me. This is one song I've seen played on Medea. Tyler Perry. He had some people on there that could sing this song just like Lenny. Let me turn this air conditioner on. But when playing this song in public, I've always got a good response on this song.
Girl, you know I love you. No matter what you do. And I hope you understand me. Every word I say is true. So baby, I'm thinking of you. Trying said, I'm having problems with the woman that I love. It seems that I call her on the phone and I just can't get her to answer. And then I went to her house and I saw a car parked in the driveway. I knocked on the door, but still my knocks weren't answered. And then I went home and I watched television until television went off. And then I played my records until I just didn't want to hear them anymore. And finally I went to bed, but I found myself waking up a few hours later. And the tears were running down my face. And my friend told me, he said, Lenny, you just ought to forget about it. But I told my friend, I said, maybe you've never been in love like I've been in love. And maybe you've never felt the things that I felt. But this is what I told my friend. I said, sometimes you get lonely. You get lonely. You get lonely. And I cry. And the tears would fill up in the wells of my eyes all day. And then it got so bad. It got so bad. Till one time I thought I'd roll myself up in a big old ball and die. And then I met you, darling, and you smiled at me. Oh, it was such a pretty smile, yes it was. And you reached out your hand. You got me. You got me.
Whoa, what a song. What a song, what a song. Oh, my. Everybody that's ever fallen in love ought to be able to relate to that. Oh, now this song here, this is one song here I always devote this next song, to the police department in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, when I used to go up there in my van and I had all my PA and everything set up in my van. I'd go in Walmart lot and I used to play. And the policemen's come up to me and they wanted me to play Tennessee Whiskey. And so this is a song they like, so I dedicate this to the police department in Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. I'm the guy that was in the red van up there in Walmart lot. And I think I was up there around Christmas time, up there in Lowe's parking lot. And I remember the sheriff even came out and gave me his card and introduced himself to me. They treated me real nice up there. They really did. Treated me really nice. Let me see if I'm going to pull up a few things that I haven't played in a long time for y'all. Here's one of them.
I never win. this letter in my hand. It's so torn and free. It's the only thing he left me. Before my baby, before he ran away, I'll be your Mary to the
Boy, I'm getting really sleepy now. Really, really sleepy. Oh, it's after 6. Really sleepy. I don't know how much more longer I can hold on. I'll try to. This next song here, I'll play this once in a great while. This next song is very sad, and what it pertains to, uh, is the man's getting ready to die, and just bear with me just a moment here. The man is getting ready to die, and he wants his family to hang on, and he wants them to continue on. He don't want them to give up, and he don't want them to have sorrow swallow them up to the point to where they just go into Great Depression and they become ineligible to do anything for themselves or others. And so that's what it's about. He's telling them, I'm getting ready to depart this life, and I want you to tell the kids that I love them and everything. It looks like a man and his wife. They're sitting on stools and they're singing this song. And they're singing this song, and it looks like he's getting ready to pass on. That's what the song's all about. And that's what the song's all about. I'm sorry. I know I'm getting distracted here. But, oh no, I dropped something here. Just bear with me, please. And so, anyway, let me see, I hope that didn't flash that I've only got 5. No, that was just a notification. Once that phone flashes that I've only got 5% left, it usually goes out like right away. Of course, this is my second video for the night. And so I think I've been at it since it's 6 o'clock, and I started yesterday. Oh, I've been at it, I think, close to 8 hours now. But anyway, Bear with me just a moment here. Okay. Yeah, the man, it's really sad. It sounds good, the song. It's got decent music to it, but it's really sad. And really it's a speech in this song that every one of you one day are going to have to give to you if you're married and you got kids. And if you ever become terminally ill, the day will come that you'll have to tell your wife and kids what you're going to hear this guy singing in this song. Uh-oh. Hold on just a moment. I got somebody at the door and I know who it is. It's my pet. Hold on. Hold on, Chucky. I'm coming. Don't go out, Dad. Come on, I'll let you out. Come on, I'll let you out. Come on. There you go. There you go. Come on out. Go ahead. You want to go out? Go ahead. If you're going out, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, I've got a pet that wanted to go outside. I've got a pet that wanted to go outside. And if I don't let him go outside, I've got a hole in the floor about this round. And I don't know how the hole got there. I don't. I rent this place. But I'm glad the hole's there and I keep it covered up. But when I'm gone, if this place was to catch fire, he knows to go to that hole and jump out. And I've got a thing of litter, those gray rocks in a plastic thing that sits over it. But I heard him trying to pull it aside, and he will pull it aside and he'll go straight down through that hole to get out. So he was having to use the restroom. And even though I've got one of them things with all the litter and all that, he won't use it inside the place here. He's well trained. And the way I was living out in the woods in my van for a couple years on private property. And property that I once owned. And I gave my share to somebody else. But anytime I want to take my van or go camping out on it, I can. But anyway, I started having rats out in the woods because I would feed the raccoons. And that attracted rats also. And they would get around the engine. And at night when I'd be trying to sleep in my van, I could hear them scratching against the firewall in the engine area. I bought traps, I bought poison that I mixed with peanut butter and everything to get rid of the rats, and I couldn't. And I prayed, God, please give me a miracle to get rid of these rats. And all of a sudden this cat showed up, a big black and white cat. And so, and he got rid of them. And so when I moved, I decided to bring him with me. I've never in my life been a cat person, really. And I never thought I ever would be. And I really didn't want no more pets because I had a Chihuahua at one time, and when I lost it, I almost lost my mind because I got so attached to it. And in fact, that Chihuahua right now is in a box. I had a coffin built for him. I made an ornamental steel coffin to slide the wooden coffin in. And he's surrounded with salt, and he's in an air-conditioned chamber. And I told my sisters, when I die, I want him buried with me. That's how attached. I couldn't go bury him under the ground. And I never wanted to go through that type of hurt again of losing an animal that you get that close with. They're like your kids. But I never thought I'd be a cat person. But when that cat showed up after I prayed about the rats, and he got rid of the rats, I thought, I'm taking him with me. I think he was God sent. And in fact, a few weeks ago, he caught one outside, and I heard something squealing, and he walks in the back door, and he's got one the size of a squirrel. And I thought, oh no, please don't drop it. and he dropped it, and that thing took off, and I had to leave the doors open to get that thing out. Boy, I looked all over, and he was getting between the artwork and all, and oh, I had a time. But I'm sure he's not in here. I have really searched the place over. I think he got out the door and stuff. But anyway, I'm glad that cat knows about. I left here one day and locked him in here, and I didn't know about the hole. And I come back, and he was gone. And I thought, well, how did he get out? And then I seen he found a place where the linoleum around the door folds down. And I thought, well, I'm glad he found that hole there. I really am, because I'll just keep it covered up. But if I fall asleep and he wants to go out and he's in the other part of the house, he'll just go knock that thing over and he'll go on out of it. But let me share this song with you. I came across it and I thought, this is a song that everybody's going to be faced with one day to deal with their kids and their wife and stuff. It's called When Tomorrow Starts Without Me. Hope you enjoy. Shaik. I hope I pronounced it right. Thank you for tuning in.
When things change, and it won't be all that I'll be there to block the rain, give you the love you want. Don't forget about the good times you share. Never let those eyes shed no tears. Don't be scared. Go on, living your life. Just because I'm not here. And the sun still come up in the morning, still go back down at night. the sun still come up in the morning, still go back down, and the days may seem a little darker, but I promise they're just as bright. 'Cause you're out breathing, and you'll see it's okay when the world starts without me. Tomorrow starts without me.
When tomorrow starts without me, and everyone's going to be faced with that one day. You know, when you're young and you grow up, you have a fear that comes upon you. I've talked to one of my sisters about it, and she said she used to experience the same thing when we were young kids going to school coming up. We used to worry about our parents dying because we used to think, what'll happen if our dad dies? Dad had his own business, and we were really blessed. I mean, super blessed, super blessed. We lived in a real nice home. When we wanted to go on the beach was right in front of the house. My dad was very prosperous. He owned a number of businesses. And he was blessed to, you know, send us to school and everything. And we had almost a color TV almost in every room. And I mean, we were really blessed. Mom got a brand new car every few years, and we didn't have to walk to school or take a bus. You know, we look back on all that now, but you know, we used to wonder what's going to happen if Dad dies. We won't have no income coming in. And Mom doesn't work. She's been a housewife all her life, and we don't want no other man above us. You know, we don't want Mom to get remarried again. And you know, when you're young, you think about all those things. All those kind of things bother you, because once you find out that people die, all that gets on your mind. And as parents, you don't want your children worrying about that. But young kids do worry about that kind of thing. I know a grandparent right now that's raising some grandkids, and she said that they question her at times, and they say, I don't want you to die. See, young kids worry about stuff like that, and that's what that song deals with. You know, he's just preparing them. And you know, I've known young kids that their parents died when they was young, and I can look back now and just only imagine how hurt they were as little children going to school, and how that affected their grades and everything, them losing a parent. Yeah, there's some music that makes you melancholy. It really does when you listen to the lyrics of it. I came across this song days ago. It's by Keith Urban, and I never knew he could play the piano. I knew he was a guitarist, but he's playing the piano in this song here. It's a pretty song.
Alone in this house again tonight. I got the TV on, the sound turned down, and got a light. There's pictures of you rolled out on the walls around me. The way that it was and could have been surrounds me. I'll never get over you walking away. I've never been
was shocked to see him play the piano. I knew he could play the guitar really well, but I just I never thought that he could play the piano. Rodney, 2,
I can't count the times I almost said what's on my mind, but I didn't.
Oh, Rodney, I'm sorry, I got mesmerized. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm very proud of you to have a grade point average of 3.2. That's really good. I used to be a pre-med student when I was younger. I thought being a doctor was my calling, but I waited too late to go into that field, and I ended up going into something else. So I know what's involved. When you go to college and you got to study, that's a good average.
That would be lying if I said that I live this life without you. I don't care for the time you had me
Yeah, I actually had left academic study. I waited till I was 26 years old to go on into college, and and when you go into the sciences, there's a lot of math involved, especially in college chemistry. And I decided that becoming a doctor wasn't for me, so I actually went into vocational training and ended up becoming a welder, which I never regret because it was a good field for me. I had worked for 5 different oil companies welding offshore, but I hurt my back and I was withdrawn from that for years. But 20 some years later, I went back into welding only to hurt my back again, but at least I was able to get a few years back in that field again. And so yeah, that's what happened with me. So I know that 3.2 average is really good. I'm very proud of you. I've got a grandson. I only had one child in my life. I was 17 years old. and when I got married. And of course, I've been divorced for 50 years. I mean, I was a young kid when I got married, and we had a daughter, and she's very successful, got her own business and everything, and I'm so thankful to God for that. But she has two boys that are really, I'm not just saying this because they're my grandkids, but one of them just made he was 3 points away from having the perfect score for his ACT test. Oh, he got scholarships and everything to pay for everything. And we thought he was going in the medical field, but I think he's changed his mind. And the other one is a chess champion, and he makes straight A's, and he's going, his brother, that is, the youngest one. And I think he's wanting to go into computer science or something like that. So yeah, I'm proud of anybody that makes good high scores and and gets scholarships where they don't have to pay all that expensive. But you know, life's a long journey, and there's so many things that can happen along the way. Sometimes we want to go in one direction, but God's got something else for us. So He'll put roadblocks sometimes and let us know that we're pursuing something that's not His will. And so I'm thankful that He had put those roadblocks up for me when I was younger. And but looking back on my life, I've been so blessed, really, really blessed, and I'm so thankful. I don't want to take none of it for granted. And I'm very thankful for all the blessings He sent my way. There's a lot of things I mourn and grieve over that I wish I could turn the clock back at times and make things right. You know, I had parents that treated me very well, but I think all kids at one time or another, they get a little rebellious. I shouldn't say all. Not everybody's kids get rebellious, but there was a time I went down a path that wasn't good, and I'm sure I caused my parents a lot of grief and stuff. And there's just things that even bother me till this day. So if you got parents that treat you good, try to love you from Iran. Oh, wonderful. You know, now that you're from Iran, I got somebody from Iran. I've got music from Iran that I want to play for you. I loaded it up a long time ago. And it's this concert in Iran, and they've got a bunch of guitarists on stage, and they're playing some music that I like to play with. So let me send a song in your language to you to Iran, okay? Let me get it. For those of you who are new, I do try to play music, Persian music, Indian music, Ukraine music, Russian music. I try to play music of because I get people from all over the world that come here on the thing, and I'll try to every now and then just stop and play them a song. But I came across this group in Iran, and the people were crazy over them. I don't remember the name of it, and I got it saved, but I'm just going to type in Iran music, and I'll recognize the group as soon as they come up. They here they are. They have 263 million hits on what I'm about to play. This is to you from Iran. I've noticed too, whenever I play foreign music, it seems like YouTube is programmed to recognize those foreign languages that I'm playing along with. And it's like it opens up a door, and everybody that's up late at night like this, well, now it's becoming daylight, that's in Iran, it's like the song is beamed to them where they can hear it. And I start seeing for days at times a lot of people from Iran starting to tune in. And when it's over with, when this session is over with, my phone goes out because the battery will eventually go out and this will end. In about an hour or so, it'll load up and it'll tell me how many people from Iran. It'll tell me your age group. When I go to YouTube Studio, it'll tell me which songs that got the highest peak that everybody seemed to like the most. It's amazing how the system works. It really is. I was very shocked myself. And for the first time since I've been going live, yesterday they said, it flashed on the top of my screen, look at all your subscribers. It never showed me all the subscribers before. And it showed them all come up. I had to keep, going up and down my phone thing. But it showed everyone's emblem, and it showed me the pictures of a lot of you who subscribed that put your facial image, on your subscription. And I was so amazed by it. And I thought, you know what? You need to start asking people to subscribe to your channel, because I hardly ever do that. So if you don't mind subscribing, and you'll know when I'm online again. And I do take requests, but I usually wait for the last 30 minutes to do that. But there's some songs I can't play because of my own convictions. But someone's want me to play Slayer. I don't know. That sounds like a heavy metal group. I don't know. I don't play punk music. I don't play heavy metal, and I don't play rap music, because rap music in the United States usually always has bathroom wall language in it. It usually always demeans women and glorifies abusing drugs. I mean, if you listen to the lyrics of mostly every rap song, and do people like it? Yes. Do they pay a lot of money for it? Yes. Do they make those people that come out with that rap wealthy and millionaires? Yes. But I just don't feel like I can play anything that's got real bad language and there's going to be young kids listening to. I'm not familiar with a group named Slayer. I can see what Slayer is all about right now, though. Well, I think I can tell you I can't play Slayer because it says Slayer, Dead Skin Mask, Slayer, Raining Blood, Slayer, Angel of Death, Seasons in the Abyss. All that kind of sounds a little demonic, and so I won't be playing Slayer. So I try not to play anything like that. And you know what? I had somebody from India a while ago that came up on the screen, and I'd like to play a song from India. Let me see here. India hit love song.
India hit love song.
Top 30 romantic Bollywood song. Romantic Hindi songs. Here's one that's got 692 million hits. So this in India must be a great hit song. Now whether I can play it or not, I don't know. Let me see. Shows people walking. holding hands. It's like every nation has their own music. I've never played this before, so. Okay, now here's one other from India that's got 461 million views.
हम तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते, तेरे बिना क्या वजूद मेरा.
Someone says,
हम तेरे बिना
so emotional music doesn't need a language to feel it.
तेरे बिना
Much love from Algeria. See, you don't need to understand the words. Every nation has beautiful music that musicians in that nation make. Even though I don't know the words, if I can play along with it, I like to play songs for Ukraine and different nations once in a while. It don't hurt to, even though I don't understand the language. Oh, that was pretty. Not because I had anything to do with it, but you know, no matter what nation of music that you play, music is A, B, C, D, F, G. And then you got your majors, your minors, your sevenths, your ninths, your nine plus fifths, but it doesn't go past G. A, B, C, D, F, G. So in every language of the world, they tune their instruments pretty much the same. If they got a guitar, and when they sing in a certain key, and as long as you can get in that key that they are singing in and kind of follow along, it should sound all right. But anyway, I have come across a lot of foreign music that even though I don't know the words that they're singing, I still enjoy playing along with it. And here's one called Daddy's Son, and I've seen this guy on TikTok. By the way, I have a TikTok channel, and it's Joseph, period, Kingston, and the numerical 8. And I've got a lot of artwork that I have done on that channel on display, and I do have some music that I put on display there. The music I've got on TikTok is music I played in the other part of the house where I turned it up too loud at times and got in trouble for doing so. But if you want to check out the TikTok channel, my first YouTube channel, I've actually got about 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers to it. I started it over 20 years ago, where I teach a little French, teach a little Spanish, and I teach a full course of Greg shorthand, which is the fastest way to write in the whole world. If you learn Greg shorthand, there's no typist in the world that can type faster than you can write. So I was blessed to do that many years ago. I can't even sign into the channel. I have went under some of my videos and put that I forgot my password, and they won't send me a link to sign back into that channel. So, but I'm glad they keep the channel up, because I've got music, teach people how to knit crab nets and stuff on there. I've got Bible teaching on there. So I've got a little bit of everything on that channel. So that was my first channel. This channel here, I try to keep music only. That's just about all that you'll ever see on this channel. Joseph Kingston 9252, it's just music. But if you want to check those other channels out, that first channel where I taught shorthand in French and Spanish and Bible and such, it's Moses, Moses. ESES. After you spell the word Moses, there's 4 sets of ES's. And I had to add that many. I wouldn't drop my pick. I had to add that many because somebody had the name of Moses already. And then somebody had the name Moses. Then I had to actually add 4 sets of ES's. So many people wanted that name of Moses that, like I said, I had to, even after adding 3 sets of ES's onto the word, they said somebody's got that name. So I chose the name Moses, ESES. It's a long one, but if you ever want to check out that first channel. But this channel here is just music. But I seen this guy, Trey Penley, on TikTok. And he's real popular on TikTok. And I don't know what this song sounds like. It's called Daddy's Son. So let me just see if it's a clean song, if it's something I'd ever want to play.
Hello?
Hello?
How you doing? Hey, where you at?
About 6-8 minutes out.
Alright. Sounds good. You want to go eat?
Yeah, let's meet up here and eat. Get something to drink.
Alright. Sounds good. Well, I love you.
I love you too, so I look forward to seeing you.
Alright. See you soon.
Well, very few parents tell their kids they love them. It's a video he made, but I guess he's going to sing here in a moment. I don't know. Shows him hugging his dad. They're sitting down to eat. Oh yeah, he's going to sing.
Well, I'm my daddy's son.
It might be a beautiful song.
If you need to blame someone, don't blame me, Mom. All those things I've done, like that old last word. I can't help but to make it mine. And if you say a word, I'll say another. Oh, it's in my blood. If I doesn't hold my girl real tight, to find the underdog and make him strong. burning inside of me. And oh, it's in my blood to fight because and hold my girl tight. To find the underdog and make him strong so he can be alright. Oh, and I run straight till he gets lit and the bears run me to the light. So if you're looking for where I get from, I'm my daddy's son. I'll give you this name. I know right now you don't feel the same. I promise, son, you won't look back one day and then you'll say, oh, it's in my blood to fight and cuss and hold my girl tight. To find the underdog and make him strong so he can be alright. Oh, and I run straight till he gets late and the big swerves me to the right. So if you're looking where I came from, oh, if you're looking where I get from, I'm my daddy's son.
It sounds like I'm playing a little slower than him. Whenever I come across a new song that I haven't played before, I have to play a hair slower because I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know if they're going to be going up, if they're going to be going down with the tempo or whatever. So I try to play so close that you don't realize I'm playing a little slower. But when you come across a new song, you usually always have to play a little slower till you know whether you're going to be able to play it or not, and whether you're going to be able to follow it or not. This is a song here. I almost hate to play it because it's so long, but it's a love song, a real love song. Thank you, Sammy, for tuning in. And topics, thank you so much. Huh, from Afghanistan even. I was going to play a song. I'll tell you what, since I got somebody from Afghanistan, let's look up some Afghanistan music. Afghanistan love song, and let's see what we got here. Let's see what kind of music they got. We don't need to understand the words of it. Okay, Afghanistan love music here. Let's give them a song of their own nation. Afghanistan top love song.
Afghanistan top love song.
Okay, it says Afghan romantic love songs list, 8 videos, 12 million plus views. Boy, and there's some handsome looking people here. They got some good looking people here in Afghanistan. Okay, this one here has 12 million views. Here's one that's got 72 million views. Let me see if I can play it. Oh, they play a Oriental sounding horn. Boy, good looking people there.
آفتابم روشنایی نداره گر نباشد عشق تو
Never played it before. Beautiful, beautiful music. Uh, we don't know what the lyrics was, but it was still love you too, love you too. But still beautiful music. Yeah, when people show up out, from different parts of the nation, I don't mind trying their music, and I think I would think it's a blessing to them to be able to hear something in their own language. I don't know if any of you have ever been Bible students, but there was one thing in the Bible, in the Old Testament, that God used to warn the Israelites, and that was about treating strangers right. Because he reminded them that you yourself were once strangers in the land of Egypt and stuff, and just like you wanted people to treat you right. Whenever you have strangers from other parts of the country visit your nation, uh, that's a notification I just got from Facebook. Whenever you got people that are foreigners from other nations, it don't hurt to treat them right. Because if we ever went to their nation, we would want them to treat us right. Even though everybody's never going to agree politically, everybody's never going to agree religiously, but if if everybody would just be civil with one another, but I know that's never going to happen because there are human beings that actually, in all nations, that actually have evil spirits living in them. They're actually possessed. You know, you see that movie like The Exorcist and stuff. Well, that really exists. There are people that are possessed, and but you know how you can know who those type of people are? The Bible says you'll know a tree by the fruit that it bears. And but as long as other people of other nations, even if you can't agree politically or religiously, uh, people would just treat one another civilly. But like I said, it'll never happen. There are some people that are possessed. The scripture comes to mind where Jesus said, "Ye are of your father, the devil, and the lusters of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because the truth is not in him." So that's some pretty strong language. So even Jesus uh, told a certain group of people that they were of the devil. And he said, "Ye are of your father, the devil." In other words, he said, God is not your father. The devil is your father. And the lusts of your father ye will do. And he said he was a murderer from the beginning. And when I see some religions of the world, I'm not going to go into great detail. I don't want to offend anybody. But there are some religions in the world. Well, I say some. I know of one religion in the world. I think it's the only one, but I'm not going to name it. I'm not going to name it. But they actually believe that they are doing God a service if they kill people that don't agree with them religiously. And I think of that scripture where Jesus said, "The day is coming that those that kill you will believe that they are doing God a service." And so, believe me, that's anybody that actually is convinced religiously that they are pleasing God if they murder other people that don't agree with them. Those are people that have been duped and they are not worshiping the true God. They might believe that they are, but as the Bible says, there's a way that seemeth right unto man, and the end of those ways are death. That's why it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no truth in them. There is no light in them. So to the law, to God's law and the testimony of Scripture. If people deviate from that, and that goes for me or anybody, when we deviate from God's law and His commandments and His word, then we get in a way of darkness and we can fall into a lot of trouble that way. But you know what? I have found that even when you abide in the truth, there are people that actually abide in the truth and it cost them their life. They call them martyrs. And so I think Charlie Kirk was a martyr because he stood for truth. And you see how people are. There's people that's talking trash against that guy even till this day, even after the man's been killed. So whenever I see anybody doing that, I know who their father is. But anyway, I don't want to spoil the moment for you. Let me try to play some music for you, because this phone's going to go out sooner or later. On this session, I've already been at it 3 hours and 6 minutes and 36 seconds. So I don't know how long the battery's going to last, but as soon as I hear it click and it goes to 15 first, and I've got usually 5 minutes left. Once it goes to 5, I usually can't even get 2 or 3 words out of my mouth. It goes dark. But before that happens, I want to thank you all for tuning in and being with me through the night. I'm a night owl. I sleep during the day, and I'm up all night. That's why I play through the night, because that's my day. I was a welder for years, and I welded on the night shift, and I've just never been able to get on that day shift, even though I've been retired for 20 some years. I'm so thankful God's allowed me to live long enough to retire and to get Medicare. Uh, just to have medical insurance is nice, you know. I believe God can heal you, and I believe God's healed me a number of times, but sometimes He allows you to use the means of grace, and so you know, when you're young, you don't think of things like medical insurance and Medicare, Medicaid. You don't even think about that stuff when you're young because you're full of health and everything. But as you get older, if you ever have a kidney stone attack, of course, I have them. I have kidney stone attacks, and I've had to go back and forth to the hospital at times. I've had to be picked up in the cold winter, laid out on the driveway, suffering with kidney stones. An ambulance had to come get me. So I know what that pain's all about. But before I ever experienced it, I asked somebody years ago, I said, what does a kidney stone feel like? They said, well, first of all, if you ever get it, you know one thing if you don't know nothing else. And I said, well, what is that? They said, you're going to the hospital because the pain is so bad. So anyway, years went by, and one night I was sitting up in my van. It was around, no, I was sound asleep. And I woke up about 4 in the morning, and all of a sudden I didn't feel normal. You get sick to your stomach, and you're just starting to hurt all over. And boy, I come up out of that van, and oh, I was curled up and laid out it was freezing cold, and I called 911, and I said, I'm dying. I said, please, I need to get to the hospital. I said, I think it's a kidney stone. And even though I'd never had one before, I could feel that pain there in that part where the kidney is. And after 5 minutes, they still wasn't there. And 5 minutes is like 5 hours when you're in pain. And I called them again, and the pain is so bad that you start having trouble breathing. You can't hardly catch your breath, and then you can't hardly talk because the pain is just permeating your brain so much you try to talk. It's like you're almost paralyzed. You can't do anything. The pain's so bad. And I could barely get out. I'm dying. Please. Oh, we're heading there. We're heading there. But like I said, when you're in that kind of pain, 5 minutes is like 5 hours. I hope you never experience kidney stone pain. I hope you never. I used to be told when I was a youth, in men, a kidney stone pain is like a woman giving childbirth without an anesthesia. I've had more than one tell me that. And boy, whenever you get one, and it could be the size of a grain of sand, but when you get one, whew, I don't even like to think about it. I hope I never have another one, but there's times that I feel that pain coming back there, and boy, I never want to. Oh, I wish I wouldn't even have thought about it. It's so bad. I wish I wouldn't have even thought about it. Yeah, if you ever had one, you'll never want another one. Let's see now. Here's one called Don't Cry, My Love, but I don't remember what it sounds like. And it don't have that many views. It was only put on YouTube 6 days ago. It's got 497 views. That ain't many. Let's see what it sounds like. Oh, it's a blues song. Boy, when I hear that sax, that wakes me up. Boy, I tell you, there's something about a sax. When it comes to blues music, that sax is something.
Rain is falling, tapping on the glass.
I'll give you some Carlos Santana in a moment.
Another night without you. Another hour. See the tears in your eyes. I hear the pain in your heart. Love, don't cry, love. We still got you.
Somebody's wanting some Carlos Santana. Now, this is the honest truth. As to my knowledge, I've never played Carlos Santana, but I like his music. And I remember going to see that pop festival and a drive-in theater. What was that pop festival in New York? Oh, come on, please, somebody help me. What was that pop festival in New York where so many millions of people showed up and they made a movie about it? I went to a Celebration of Life pop festival on an island in Louisiana when I was a young boy. But no, I didn't go to this one in New York. I can't think of the name of it. Where Jimi Hendrix was there and all that. I cannot think of the name of it. Somebody's from Israel. I can play you some Israel music, God willing, if you can hold on for a moment. But somebody wanted some Carlos Santana, but Carlos Santana was in that movie. And I remember he played a song called Black Magic Woman. And boy, I wish I could think of the name of that pop festival. But they made a movie of it, and Carlos Santana played that. Let me see. I'll try to give you a song, but I could just try. I'm not familiar. Other than that one song I heard him play, I'm not familiar with his music, but I could try. Let's see, Carlos Santana. Here it is, American guitarist. Let's see. He's got one titled Smooth. Let me hear what that sounds like. I might have to go through a couple of them just to try it and see if I can handle it.
Ladies and gents, turn up the sound system to the sound of Carlos Santana. In the GMB's Ghetto Blues from the Redneck.
Oh boy, I like that. I just hope there's no bad language in it. Never heard it before. But he's playing a non-electric guitar. It's got like a Latin sound to it. Oh, I like the sound of that. Okay, that's Carlos playing. You hear him playing.